available to anybody who's interested to the other things that I was going to say. But here are some things I've done. So have a strategy. Don't just Twitter for no reason. Know who you want to talk to. I have found it really valuable to have Twitter. I've been able to follow and have conversations with thought leaders, CEOs of real estate companies. On days I couldn't get through on the phone to somebody I wanted to talk to, I would send them a direct message on Twitter and they would call me in 5 minutes. It's really can be amazing. I have one of the women who works in my office who is a Medill graduate school graduate. Her friend I interviewed, and she ended up getting a job with Playboy. So how did she get this job with Playboy? Well, there was a new publisher or a new editor of Playboy, and so she followed him on Twitter. And then he followed her back, right? Because that's what you do. So then she published a thing that said, 10 reasons why this guy should hire me at Playboy, and Twittered it with a link. And the link went back to her blog in which she listed the 10 reasons this one guy should hire her. Well, vanity, right? He couldn't resist clicking. He clicked, and he called her, and she got the job. True story, I did not make that up. Because I'm a journalist, we don't make things up, right? Create a community by linking all of your social media together. If you're not literally linking it together, you should talk about it. You should tell people they can follow you on Twitter, or they can, on my radio show, I have all of my radio shows posted at thinklink.com, because I know that people can't always catch it. We joke that I'm Sunday mornings 11 to 1 East Coast time, and I joke it's drive time to or from church. And you're either catching me going to church or on the way back, because it's Georgia and it's Sunday. But people who miss it can go to my website and listen. And one of the things I say at the top of each hour is, welcome to the Elise Glink Show. You can find me online 24/7 at thinklink.com, THINKGLINK.com. Don't forget to sign up for my free weekly newsletter. Join my fan club at Twitter and get a free ebook from me on how to save $50 a month. You can follow me at twitter.com/glink and watch videos at youtube.com. Today I want to talk about, it's just become a mantra. So if you don't tell people how to find you and hook up with you, they're not going to ever do it. Clicks come from teases and great headlines, and broadcast terms create a promo, right? It's hard if you're a newspaper person to think like that, because it's not really a headline. It's really about a promo. And by the way, the hash mark tags really work with Twitter. So if you have a keyword that's really big in your headline, and for search engine optimization, all of your headlines should have keywords in them, make sure you put a hashtag on it. Know who your audience is and write for them. So Facebook started out for college kids, but it's really now 40 and 50-something business people all around the world that are driving it. Those are the people who are signing up for business sites. You can find audiences, I just said, through the search function on Twitter. Find out where your sources hang out. Invite them to join you online for a fresh perspective. Start an online conversation. Don't be afraid to reach out. So YouTube. This part isn't just about YouTube. 5. Understand why somebody wants to be part of your community. What do you offer that's unique and different? Where's your voice? Journalists were taught to have no voice if you're writing about news, right? It's supposed to be just standard stuff. But I think everybody has a voice. And this world of journalism, this era of journalism, is now all about voice and perspective and being able to differentiate yourself. Again, a business term, differentiate yourself. It's not what journalists were taught to do, but we all have to think in more of a business way. Your platforms can become an echo chamber of feedback. So get the conversation going, inspire others, find out what people want to talk about, ask them for their opinions, invite them to comment. We just spent 6 figures redoing thinklink.com, and one of the features I really wanted was to give people the opportunity to comment on just about every page on the site. So any piece of comment, pretty much you can comment on it. And I just felt like that was an important thing. Now, do people take advantage of it? In the last couple of months, we have 500 or 700 comments. We're certainly not getting what the New York Times columnists are getting on a daily basis, but we don't have their traffic either. But what's interesting about my comments is that people ask me questions through there. They could just send me a question, but they ask me questions. They expand. We have a lot of really smart experts in the field. We get tax lawyers, we get attorneys, real estate attorneys, we get real estate agents. They will comment on other people's questions and provide extra perspective and extra information. And yes, we have to delete some of their comments because they're not fit for public consumption, but there you go. Again, remember, it all takes time. Time to get it going, time to make it work, time to test. You got to test what works, what doesn't work. I feel like we found a lot of answers for us. And when we get hired by a company, we spend enough time to learn what's important to them, and then we figure out a strategy that works for them. But it's not like I can say, only do this. I'm giving you the high points, but it's individual. Everything is so individualized these days. You just really have to figure it out for yourself. If you don't know how to do something, ask a college student or your teenager. Thank you, Alex. So 5 social media mistakes. Underestimating your audience. That's a mistake that people make all the time in journalism. Reposting old information instead of providing new, authentic, helpful posts. So we do a lot of reposting. Like, I don't write original stuff. I write original stuff for moneywatch.com, and I write original stuff for thinklink.com. But the thinklink.com stuff is the original columns that I write for my syndication. Those get posted online. Well, I don't consider that a reposting of old information. That's currently these columns. What we don't do is we don't go to a column that I wrote, a year ago and basically repost it again on the site. Google would figure that out in about 20 seconds and you get dinged. So we don't post the same information over and over again, and people wouldn't come back. They're coming back for the fresh insight. So if you're going to publish weekly, publish weekly. Don't try to publish every single day of the week the same stuff. If you're flagged as spam, it's a tough label to undo, so don't make that mistake. Don't bite off more than you can chew. So don't sign up for a bunch of sites and then disappear from them. Although I have to say we did that at MySpace because we quickly figured out that MySpace stinks for what we were looking to do. It really is for teenage boys and girls. It's not for anybody else that I've been able to discover.
Musicians.
Yeah. It's for musicians. Well, see, that's a world we don't participate in. Thank you.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you for letting me know. Although I do play the piano occasionally.
There you go.
Don't leave communication to a single silo. So you want to spread the wealth by connecting your social media platforms. I think people make this mistake in business. When I do consulting for businesses, I often will say to them, what are you guys doing? You've got this stuff here in silo A, and this stuff here in silo B, and in silo C. Nobody talks to each other. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Can't you build some connections to make it easier for your customers? And that's really something that I think, think about it in terms of journalism, right? Metro section and sports, right? 2 separate silos, but really there was actually like I won't say the first good story I saw in the Chicago Tribune recently since the reinvention of the Tribune, but there was actually a good story about, I'm sorry if anybody's heard from Tribune, I'm syndicated by Tribune Media Services, so heavily into Tribune, but there was a very good story in the sports section about parenting kids, and going back to school, part of their back to school series, and one of them was in the sports section about kids and sports. And it's a story that could have gone in a lifestyle section, right? But they chose to put it in sports, which I never look at, but it caught my eye and it made me go to that section. It's a good example of what you should do that's right, which is cross-promote and bring people that normally wouldn't look at sports into the sports section.